sold us. It was either be broke or get paid, so we sold us. We ain't really like them anyway, so we sold us. We sold us, we sold us. People wanted sex, so we sold us, we sold us. We was going to lose anyway, so we sold us. We knew we had what they wanted, so we sold us. They was going to get it anyway, so we sold us. Pay the price, we sold us. Pay the price, we sold us. No matter who you voted for, we sold us. What reality show you sold us. We didn't want to sell, but they told us. We can die right now without any robots. We could break us down into pieces and sell us. They gave us a check for internet and service. For our tuition pay, we sold us. Replicated styles, fresh fashions, and sold us. Sold it on our own terms, we sold us. Every member must contribute, so we sold us. How much you make an hour, if we sold us. What's the per capita for kid manufacturing? We sold us. We sold us. In pursuit of the good life. We sold us. Trying to keep up with the time. We sold us. We ain't really like them anyway. So we sold us. We sold us. We sold us. We crossed the line and made a move. We sold us. Power and respect come with tools. We sold us. Don't get moody, it's okay. We sold us. We sold us, we sold us, sold us. Still peddling trap rap, but ain't there no more. It's how we get that baby, ain't about that dough. Feed your fans lies, cause you don't want them to grow. Long as they're by their product, you don't care if they pull. Ashes, the ashes, dust, the dust. Claim you love God, but it's the money you trust. It's the blind leading the blind. Everybody lost. Somebody try to wake you and nail them to a cross. Looking to be paid, I want the status of a boss. If it's speak have truth, then the religion is false. Government got you scared to call fake news the media bought. How they stole your culture when you told them to cost your ancestors. They sleep their minds, they turn and toss. Watching everything with the eyes of a hawk. We all slip up and don't walk the walk. Stay true to yourself and acknowledge your fault. Stop looking for a bad guy when times get tough. Sometimes looking in the mirror can be pretty tough. You beat yourself down, you don't think you enough. Get rich or die trying. Hollywood or bust. Can't be mad at yourself when you're selling fake goods. Sold out. Hey. Sold out. Hey. Hey. Then I love this part right here. This the clause.
What do you mean soul? I mean, this all I know. I came from this. Where the beginning kisses. I came from this. I mean, this all I know.
Where the old me
for real, like sold myself from being free.
Yeah.
I sold thee.
And set the rest free. And set the rest free. We sold us in pursuit of the good life. Try to keep up with the time. Anyway, we sold us. We sold us. We crossed the line and made a move. And respect come with tools. Don't get moody, it's okay. We sold us. We sold us. Hey. Hey, and you know, like, now that song is not on my list of songs. Hey, intro. That song is not on my list of songs. That is actually on Lucy's. Like, Lucy released that song. But that's a song that me and her collaborated and did together. So that's on Dr. Lucy channel on YouTube. But I wanted to open with that song because that song is like a responsibility song. Like, that song is about taking responsibility for how we play a part in supporting, you know, capitalism, white supremacy, patriarchy, like how we play a part in all these things. And I think, you know, unless everybody just gonna go kill themselves tomorrow, like, you really just have to find a way to stand up for what you believe in, but also at the same time knowing how to pick your battles. You know, I think that's really important. And, you know, for so long in my life, like, you know, there's a lot of trauma, about working. But I feel like I'm having a season, like a season where I need to, be gainfully employed. Like I'm feeling like a season of gainful employment, in my life. A season to be gainfully employed. And so I've been doing some volunteer work at this place, and I absolutely love it. You know, because I get a chance to work with a whole bunch of authentic people, a whole bunch of people that just, like not all of that. One of the things that I like about New York as an environment, versus working in Louisiana is, and this is no shade to Louisiana because I love Louisiana. I love, every part of Louisiana. There's no place in Louisiana that I do not love. But it's not as bad as I feel certain parts of Georgia are. Because Georgia gives me really, really, really like I have to get into it, sometimes just in certain areas there's some real stepping fetching going on, but Louisiana, it's I don't know. I think because we have so many people that move over from Mississippi, it's some of your own black people, some of the people that look like you can give you, and this goes in Georgia too. And I think in Texas too, you could get some real, you remember how that black man was a part of the KKK, that movie with the black man was a part of the KKK. Like, I think some black people don't need to wear white sheets on their head. Their melanin is actually the white sheet. You know, it's some blackface KKKs, So yeah, Louisiana just give you that, just like policing you, and just, trying to make sure you don't do nothing to upset Mafa, get Mafa upset, and it's your own people that's policing you because they don't want to see you upset Massa. But the thing about New York is that it's so many variables here. And so there's spaces for everyone. You just have to, put yourself out there. And I found a space, in harm reduction, in doing some harm reductive work, and being in an environment where I can volunteer and where I could show support and where I could, be a part of that healing work, and that's beautiful for me because as a person who has had battles with drug use and had battles with addiction, being able to be reminded, girl, if it were not for the grace of the God Goddess, where would you be, girl? Laylim Laylar, where would you be in your life? And just hearing people just be so, authentic. So I was doing some volunteer work today, and I had to create a spreadsheet, right? And so I was creating the mail list for, all of the clients who who received their mail at the facility. So I had to do the spreadsheet for the clients, right? And so while I'm doing the spreadsheet, I'm listening. And one of the clients, because they create a safe space for you to, partake of, your party favors, and, not be in any danger, not get arrested, not get killed, not overdose. They create a safe space for you to use, and they're, and it just be a safe space. So one of the guys, when he's using, he likes to get naked. When he's using, he has to get butt naked. And so the staff told him, he said, when you go in there this time, he said, you don't have to get completely naked, okay? You don't have to take all your clothes off, okay? Just leave some of your clothes. Don't take all your clothes off. And the guy just looked at him and was calmly like, yes, I do. He's like, yes, I do have to get naked when I'm doing my thing. it's a transparency for me. It's a transparency for me. Like, I just like people being honest and being sincere about where they are. And so he was like, yes, when I go into this bathroom, I'm going to need to be able to, when I'm getting full, I'm going to need to be able to get naked as well. So I'm going to be naked. I'm going to be in here for about 15 minutes doing my thing. And I'm going to get completely butt naked and get my life in this bathroom. And child, I don't want to see nobody complaining about it, because I'm doing it safely, harm reduction. So, I just live for transparency. I live for being in environments like that would make other people uncomfortable because so many people in our community are bougie and they don't want to be associated with certain things. And there's this saying that if you hang around a barbershop long enough, you'll get a haircut. And the thing for me is I just feel like it's a constant reminder of how far you can go. And so as long as you don't sit in a place of judgment and condemnation for people, I don't see why it would lead down a negative path. So for me, it's a reminder. For me, it says to me, girl, okay, this where you can be. This is how you can be if you're not mindful. So it's a constant humbling experience for me being around people who are struggling and people who are actively in their addiction. It's a constant reminder, and it's a constant um thing for me to know, hey, and so I just feel so thankful, and I just feel so responsible just to be in a space, to be able to be a light and to be able to be an example of what sobriety looks like, somewhat sobriety, because I still dabble in a joint here and there, and a cocktail, you know what I'm saying? And every now and then, honey, like every couple of months or something, I give a little extra tease. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like perfect Patty, but I don't. It's not a norm for me. Like, I don't wake up every day and be like, let's go get full. Let's go in. Let's buy the hog. I don't. That's not my narrative. Like, when I do videos, you don't hear me doing this. And I'm not judging people who do. I'm not judging people who sniff every day. I got sisters who I love who sniff every day, who sniff every other day, who sniff 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not judging my sisters. I'm just saying I can't do it. I can't balance it. I can't manage it. Girl, I would be girl, I'm a natural mess. I'm a natural mess. Like, people be thinking I'm high when I'm not. So, like, girl, I'm not a girl who can handle it. Like, I can't sit up and be full all the time. Like, I barely can handle weed these days. Like, I barely can handle a tree, much less sitting around here. You know what I'm saying? Snorted out or Tina out or Crystal out. I can't handle all that stuff. I just can't. So, it's a blessing. Like, when I was younger, I used to be able to do a lot more, child. I used to be able to drink you under the table, snort you up under the table, smoke you up under the table, toot you up under the table. You know what I'm saying? I used to be able to roll with the big dogs. But I don't need outlet now, child. Give me a Benadryl and a and a pull off of that weed and a little sip of that pill. All right, girl. Girl, I'm done, girl. girl, ain't nobody got time for that extra, girl. Wait a minute, your sister. Wait, child of the day. Shalom, brother. This is your old sister Brandy from Milwaukee, who has transitioned back to make the move to Africa by the will of Yahweh, We repent and come out of the rabbit hole, which is in. Who the fuck is Child of the Day Bangs? Girl, you ain't snapped, have you, girl? You okay, huh? This girl says shalom, brother. Ooh, hey, girl, is you okay? Ooh, girl, I ain't even mad at her. Girl, if it worked for you, girl. Cause girl, I'm my mother and my father, girl. So you ain't gonna make me mad calling me brother. Cause girl, I'm somebody brother, girl. I don't know if I'm your brother. Girl, no man. And this is the thing for me. Like when my sisters or when my brothers, cause I guess you're a brother now. But when y'all get y'all life together, if that's how you want to see yourself, if you want to be one-sided and you want to be lopsided and erase the mother in you, and you just want to call yourself a man, then girl, that's what you do, girl. You be a halfling, but don't try to make me be no halfling with you, girl. I'm not a man. I'm a manifestation, and a manifestation can be anything. I'm my mother and my father. I'm not no damn halfling. So you know, girl, you a man, and I respect you and let you be a man. You can be brother. I'm Bristol. That's brother and sister. Don't disrespect me and make me no halfling because you won't be one. That's your choice. That's your divine will. If you want to be a halfling, you be a halfling, brother. But I'm not no halfling. I'm whole. I am XX and XY. I am not an abbreviation. I am a manifestation. I have never been a man and will never be one. If you ever want to call me a man, you better say the whole thing. I'm a manifestation. And low key, I'm a womb manifestation because I am a manifestation of the womb. So, girl, brother, shalom that. Like, y'all be losing y'all mind. You be getting indoctrinated trying to fit into the boys club and trying to get the respect that you feel like you ain't get from these men, and then you around here serving the patriarch. Like you spent all that time as a woman for nothing. You didn't learn nothing. I hate when trans people do that. That shows what you were doing when you were living as a woman. That shows how you were moving. You were an agent. You were a Trojan horse. That shows who you really were. Shows how you were moving, how you used that woman, how you prostituted her, how you pimped her, how you treated her, how you disrespected her. Then y'all want to go back to being men so y'all could get respect because y'all disrespected that woman. You treated her like garbage. I ain't mistreated my mothers. Yes, I've had some shameful moments. I've had some shameful moments with Antoine and Tila. That's why I created Kineen. I had to bring them together. Because when I tried to be Antoine all by himself, Antoine looked at stupid. And when I tried to be Tila all by herself, Tila looked at stupid. That's why I'm Kineen. The he and the she. And they not looking stupid. My God, goddess today. That's why I had to say, I said, I'm Kineen, I'm king and queen, I'm mother and father. I had to bring them together. I couldn't be one and one. I couldn't do that. I couldn't be one at a time, because when I tried to be one at a time, that shit didn't work for me. But thank goodness, my mother is stronger. So I'm still compatible. I can still have happy relationships, but I have to be with beings who are mature in their mind. I have to be with mature beings, but when you mess with the wrong thing, and when you hang around, like when you feed yourself the wrong messages and all of that, that's what happens. That's what happens. But I'm not fucked up about, how I was born, how I came here. But I know who I am. And, no, not now. Not now. I told a woman this the other day. I'm a part of the TD Jakes ministry. And I be in there cackling, because this is supposed to be TD Jakes ministry, and y'all talk about money more than y'all talk about anything Jesus actually said. And people be quoting old scriptures and quoting old texts and talking about old stuff. This is not what Jesus actually said. Jesus, Yahweh, whatever the hell you want to call him, this is not what they actually said. Like the divine, the eternal source, a being who's been around since the beginning of time, since time began, is not worried about me having titties, is not worried about me having a pussy. Man worries about that. Halflings, mere mortals. The divine ain't worried about that. The divine is worried about your heart. The divine is not even worried about the physical, because in spirit, there is no gender or no sex. So the divine ain't worried about who I'm sleeping with or how I'm looking when I'm sleeping with them. The divine is worried about my heart. Am I moving in balance? Am I showing compassion when I need to? Am I showing empathy when I need to? Or am I just always taking and expecting and never giving? Is it always about me and never about anybody else? That's what the ancient beings worry about. Mortals worry about this other stuff. This shalom, my brother shit. That's mortal. That was not divine. And Yahweh was a prophet. Because there has never been a being who walked this planet who wielded all the power at one time. Because if that being did, then there wouldn't have been any other religious groups at the time. There has never been a being who has walked this planet who has been unanimously agreed to be perfection by everyone on the planet. That being has never walked this earth. There's never been a being that's walked this earth that everybody on the planet agreed was divine. That everybody on the planet was willing to lay down and die for and give their power to that being. There's never been a being that had that type of power. This never existed. It's always been other faiths. It's always been other beliefs. It's always been other groups and other ideas. So y'all sound like cult leaders. You're a part of a cult. Because your God has power because you give it your power by worshiping it. That's the only reason why your God has power, is because it draws power from you. You feed it with your worship. You feed it with your praise. You charge it. That's why I pray to my ancestors, and they belong to all of that. I pray to all of them. I pray to past, present, and future. I pray to every ancestor that's come before me, every ancestor who's here, and every ancestor that will come. I communicate with the elements, earth, air, water, and fire. I speak to it all. I speak to us before we ever took form in flesh, before we ever was human. I speak to us when we were but elements, when we were but stardust, when we were but gases swirling around in the heavens. I speak to those ancestors. But y'all and y'all ego and y'all worship of the flesh and the physical, y'all only pray to names. I pray to that which is nameless. I pray to that which has no name. And when this body drops, and when this soul leaves this body, I shall return back to that, and then I will come again in another form. Because I know who I am. A lot of you don't. It's so sad when I see beings like myself breaking themselves down, angels hiding amongst men. You disrespect yourself and you shame your ancestors by diminishing who you are to fit into a box that was created to enslave us. You shame yourself. You shame yourself and you shame your ancestors. For shame. Shalom, my brother. Let me burn a candle, child. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm-mm. And see, next year is going to be a very different year because I have been a nice girl for a long time. I've been a very nice girl. I've never wished harm on any girl that down talked me. I've never went to my altar and asked for anything. I've never asked my ancestors to do anything for me, not to another girl. One time, I asked one of my sisters to do something for me, and the girl had been asking for it forever. She had done me so much stuff, so took advantage of me so many times. One time, I asked one of my sisters to do something for me. But I've never, ever went on my own, and I know how powerful I am. And I never asked my ancestors to do nothing for me to a girl. But next year is going to be different because I'm starting to see that a lot of y'all don't love y'all self. So how could you care about me? And just because you're a trans person, just because you're a queer person, don't mean that you respect family. It doesn't mean that you have love and commitment and respect in your heart. It don't mean it. So next year is going to be a different year for me. Like I told that boy the other night on the phone, if you play with me, I'm going to start sending shit to your house. I'm going to start sending shit to your door. I'm going to start saying, go drop by her house. She need a visit. And when I say it with the greatest integrity and respect, because I know I got to move respectfully, because the same shit can happen to me. But when the girls play with me, that's why I say I'm not going into the next year being disrespectful with people. I block you if I feel like I'm going to be beefing with you and arguing with you. I close you from my circle. I'm leaving you alone. I'm not messing with you. I'm falling back. So if you keep on playing with me, because I done fell back, I ain't talking about you no more. Like if I got beef with somebody, I speak on their name. I let it be known. If I got beef with you, I'm gonna speak on your name. I'm gonna let it be known, but I'm not gonna harp on it. I'm not gonna keep on talking about you. I'm not gonna keep your name in my mouth. But I'm gonna speak on it because I don't want to be fake. And if something happened to me, if I do end up transitioning in this realm, I don't want you to be able to have no way in to try to make up stories and act like me and you was cool and like we was the best of friends. No, we was beefing. No, I didn't like you. No, I thought you was fake. And I said it. I spoke on it. You could go back down in my videos and see things that I've said, and you've seen me publicly distance myself from certain people. Because if anything should happen to me, if the ancestors should summon me, and I should have to ascend this realm, I want it to be known, because I don't want y'all playing with me like y'all played with Marsha P. and Sylvia Rivera. Pretending like everything was all good when it wasn't. Don't act like you care now, because you ain't been caring. You ain't been supporting. You try to run up and act like we was good sisters, because we wasn't. We was beefing. We wasn't getting along. And that's not about being messy. That's about letting the record show. So the ones who have supported me and the ones who have been close, they'll be able to say, what's she doing here? why she said, girl, that girl didn't fuck with you. Y'all wasn't cool. Like, don't disrespect her legacy like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be trying to profit off of her. You didn't fuck with her. Y'all wasn't cool. Don't do that. See, that's how a lot of girls get messed over with their legacy. Girls who they ain't even mess with can come in and capitalize off of their name and their work and their legacy. These vultures, these ambulance chasers can come in and capitalize off your legacy because you was too busy trying to spare them for the sake of the movement. No, if you don't fuck with her respectfully, I don't fuck with you. And here's why. So ain't no door open for you to try to come back in. That door done been shut, boo. And I love you from a distance, because sometimes the best thing you could give people that you love is space. Titty slipping that. That's what happens when these girls get old. Sometimes the best thing you can give somebody you love is space. My God has got your day, space. I had to give a whole lot of people space in 2021 and 2020. In the past 30 days, I done blocked a few people. Why? Because I want different kinds of relationships in 2022. I want different kind of connections. So you have to make some sacrifices. You have to let some things go in order to make room for other things in your life. Somebody called me a snake the other day. And you know what? I ain't get mad. You know why? Because I am a snake. My Chinese astrological sign is a snake. And let me tell you what a snake represents. A snake represents wisdom. A snake represents being two-spirited. And a snake has the ability to shed that which no longer serves it. I am two-spirited, I am wise, and I can shed that which no longer serves me. So guess what? Call me a snake. I celebrate that. Because I'm not around here holding on to things that I should have been let go. I'm not stuck in no quicksand today. I'm moving on. There are things that I think about and things that I feel for, but hey, it's life. Everything ain't gonna go your way. Things ain't gonna always work out the way you want them to work out. But I'm not fixing to stay stuck in that. I have to forgive the people who've hurt me, not just for them, but for myself. Because I could stay stuck in that anguish and that upset and that pain, and I could let that be my fuel. But when that is gone, what do I have to live for? So I have to find other things to live for, other things to motivate me, other things to thrive me, to inspire me. And I'm thankful today that I'm finding beautiful reasons. Because I have my depressed days. I'm not finna sit up here and act like every day I wake up, it be sunshines and daisies. Some days I don't feel it. Some days I want to give up. Some days I'm tired. Some days I wish I would have just been a mother and I could just live for my children and my grandchildren. I wish I would have been a biological mother or got some children here some kind of way so I could be in a corner minding my business, just worried about mines and be like, fuck this world. God us, forgive me for all this cursing. But some days that's how I be feeling. But now I'm in a good space. And I celebrate the good spaces. I found somebody, I've been communicating with somebody lately who just makes me so happy. You know, and the funny part about it is we've known each other for over a decade. And we don't have to keep any secrets from each other. We could talk about any and everything with each other. And I'm crazy about him. So, you know, I don't know where it's going to go. You know, I'm just thinking positive. But, you know, I'm not putting any pressure on it. You know, I'm just thankful for just having these feelings because it's been rough in other places. It's been some letdowns and it's been some heartaches in other places. And I've had to let people go and I've had to push people out of my life. But, you know, when you start pushing people out of your life and you start making those hard decisions because you say, I'm not going to let people be in my life who constantly causing me anguish. I got to wake up and I got to argue and I got to fuss and I got to be triggered, making myself mentally and spiritually sick. I learned how to put the cell phone down and cut the laptop off and to not feed into that because you could literally make yourself sick always being on your social media devices. Learning how to say, okay, girl, it's time to do self-care, girl. It's time to take care of you, girl. It's time to shut all that shit off, girl, and take care of yourself, girl. And if these people aren't feeding you, girl, and if they're not giving you anything that helps you to feel good about yourself, because I'm a content creator. So I live for making people happy. I live for sharing from my soul and pouring out of my soul. But sweetheart, I need to be poured into too. And so I have to have people around me who are pouring into me. And what was going on with me was I was pouring out to people on the internet and pouring out to people on the internet. And then I'm pouring into all of my friends. And then there's nothing left. So I'm thankful now I'm starting to attract people who pour into me. Now, I don't want to be in New York forever. I want to move back to the South, you know. And when I move back to the South, I want to move differently. I don't want to live in, I definitely don't want to live in New Orleans. You know, that chapter of my life is done. I will visit there, but I don't want to live there anymore. They can have New Orleans. Those girls can have that. I'm not interested. But I do want to live in Louisiana. I do want to live in Louisiana. I want to make amends for what I did with this transgender movement, because my intentions were not to create gatekeepers in the trans community. You know, that was not my intent when I went home and helped that movement to get to where it is. When I went home and inspired all these girls now who are doing all this amazing shit in Louisiana, I did not have the intentions of setting up gatekeepers who would be as selfish as a lot of those girls are who have power in Louisiana now. That's not my legacy. So I'm glad that, you know, those girls don't utter my name and those girls don't celebrate me. Even though if it wasn't for everything that I contributed, it would not be where it is. But I'm thankful that those girls don't speak my name. You ain't got to give me no props for that. Because that's like the cake that Minnie baked for that white woman in the Help. You ain't got to give me credit for that. You ain't got to give me credit for that pie. You do not have to give me credit for that pie. And I'm going to tell you, this time last year, I wanted credit. I wanted them to say my name. I wanted them to give me my props. I wanted them to pay homage to me. You don't have to give me credit for Miss Minnie's pie. I'm fine. I'm okay. You do not have to give me credit for Miss Minnie's pie. Girl, you remember when Miss Minnie brought that white woman that pie with the poo in it? Girl, you don't have to give me credit for that pie. I'm okay now. I'm so thankful. Like, and I want to say this to all the young girls who watch my videos. Baby, talk less, listen more, and keep learning. Talk less, listen more, and keep learning. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. Listen and pay attention. Don't let people use you and abuse you, but listen. Listen, because people will show you who they are and you will miss it because you're so busy talking. People will be showing you who they are, and then you'll be mad at them for doing some crazy stuff to you, but they were showing you who they was, and you were so busy centering yourself and talking that you missed it. And then when they end up messing over you, now you made late. But if you would have just listened more and observed, you would have saw it. Listen, pay attention to people, and let people show you who they are. And most importantly,
Know yourself. Spend time in the quiet with yourself. Cut off your social media devices, cut off all your devices, cut off your cell phones, cut off all of that. Take all that mess off you, all of them wigs, all them lashes, all that makeup, and just sit with yourself naked and love yourself. Love yourself just like you is. And if you decide you want to go get your titties done, if you decide you want to go get some work done, if you decide you want to go and experience that, then go and do it. But make sure you love yourself with your dick, your balls, make sure you love yourself just like you is. Love yourself just like you are. And once you love yourself just like you are, if you decide you want to change anything, that's okay. But learn to love yourself just like you are. When you can love yourself just like you are, then whatever you change about yourself, you're going to have a relationship with your body as you're making these changes, and you're going to talk to your body. And you're going to express to your body what you want to do. Communicate with your body. Don't just be chopping and hacking on your body and making changes with your body and not talking to it. Not communicating with your body. You're going to get your chest changed and going to get your stuff chopped off and lopped on. Talk to your body. It's living. Your flesh is living. It has pores. It's breathing. Your body is living. It's a living thing. It's living. All your organs, they living. Talk to them. Make peace with them. Communicate with them. Learn to love yourself just like you are, so that when you make those changes, it will be a healthy transition. But don't do things out of sadness and depression and insecurity. No. Make a well thought out decision. I would suggest not having any serious surgeries until after 26. Because that's when you get your critical thinking matter. After 26. Wait till you're at least 26 years old before you start cutting stuff off, and even like getting facial film and getting breast implants and all that. Wait till after you're 26. Like if you want, take some hormones, you know what I'm saying? Take some testosterone blockers, do stuff like that. But before you do anything big, wait until after you're 26 years old, because that's when you're gonna know if you really want to do it or not. That's when you're going to know for a fact. Don't do anything major, cut, hack, chop, add until after 26. But before then, maybe some testosterone blockers, maybe some laser, maybe some electrolysis, some hormones, some testosterone blockers, little stuff like that. And just eat healthy and take care of yourself. Keep your skin together. Drink a lot of water. Eat fruits and vegetables so you can have pretty skin. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Stay away from fast food and junk like that so you can have pretty skin. And if you take care of your skin and you drink a lot of water and eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and stay away from cold drinks and fast food and stuff like that, you'll look like you've been moaning even when you're not taking hormones. Like your diet can make you look like you're moaning. You can literally look like you're taking hormones. If you eat right, get your little electrolysis, you be right here glowing like you've been moaning. It's discipline though. A lot of us want to take shortcuts. We don't want to put in the work. But it's important to love yourself just like you are. That's why we have so many depressed girls around here talking about Shalom, my brother. That's why we have stuff like that, because we seek we seeking validation in the wrong places. We're seeking acceptance in the wrong places. So it is what it is. But child, I gotta get up. I gotta get up to go get on the plantation tomorrow. Because baby, I might be getting a job. I'm really gonna be excited. I feel like, I'm doing volunteer work right now. And everybody likes me there. Everybody likes me at the organization. I'm getting along with people really, really good. I'm really thankful for that. So I really want to work there. I haven't felt like, like working a job in a long time. Like I haven't felt the connection like I felt, at this space. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I like the people. I like how real they are. I like how the people get their job done, but they still be down to earth. And it just don't be all strict and uptight, and they still have a level of professionalism, but it's a different kind, because of the environment. So I really feel like I could see myself doing this work. I don't know how long, but I'm not going to go up in there and work 2 weeks or a couple of months and quit, But I definitely want to have this experience. I definitely want to, have this learning experience, this opportunity, to go up in here and give it my best, and to, give back, to give back, and to, get a check in the process. Amen, a woman. But okay. But yeah. So I'm in a good season of my life. I'm very happy just with everything that's going on. I want to continue to keep y'all updated. I haven't had a lot of time to work with my Patreon. I'm gonna go back to that later on this week. But I did see, somebody make a comment about the mail list. So, I am gonna create a mail list. That's some things that I'm gonna be working on too. Yeah. So I'm getting things together. Tomorrow, if I get home early, then I'm probably gonna do that, because I'm probably not gonna do a live on here for a few days. I feel like I needed to come on here and do this live. I had just had so much I wanted to get off my chest. Like, it's been a lot going on. I didn't talk about everything on this live because just some things are personal. And I don't want to make it look like I'm dragging for nobody or putting nobody down, even though, the girls don't hesitate to come for me. The girls don't hesitate to try me, Because, girl, I'm not a girl who sit up and just call, my sisters bitches and hoes. And, a lot of girls feel like they could just, throw that around and just call me stuff like that. And, it really just, like, really honestly, you talking to yourself. Like, when you get mad at me and you be like, that bitch, that hoe, you talking to yourself. Because that's how you speak. That's how you speak about that. That's how you communicate. That's how you talk. I don't talk like that. Like, I don't call girls who I fuck with or girls who I'm cool with. If I call you a bitch, I'm legitimately mad at you. Like, I don't call you a bitch to be playing or just to be popping off, just to be running my mouth. Like, I'm really seriously about ready to stop fucking with you, low key. Like, so I don't just use that word, just willy-nilly no more, because I realize there's a lot of power in words. And so girls be saying, they be saying fuck shit, and it be just like, as a matter of fact. And I just don't have the energy for that. I don't have the energy to be, being around people who just always want to be on a low frequency because that's where they comfortable at. Like, no. Like, I'm getting ready to be 45 years old. And when I get ready to leave this realm, I'm not trying to be rolling around in the mud. I've been doing that for a long time. I done stayed down, with the children for a long time. I'm tired of that. You know what? And on that note, let's talk about it. I got the perfect song to close there with. Yes, honey. What that song get? Baby, I've been down for too long, honey. And that's how the fuck I feel. Baby, I've been down for too long, baby. I stayed on the bottom, honey, while the rest of the girls was coming up, honey, because I was trying to be there, you know what I'm saying, to be a voice, to be a real voice, because, this movement was really about liberation for me. It's really about liberation. And child, everybody be want to be a leader and be want to stand on the front line, but honey, you got to go where you need it. And sometimes you need it at the back of the bus, baby. Sometimes you need it at the back of the bus, baby. Sometimes, like a lot of y'all be like, forget it. I'm finna go get my spot. I'm finna go get me. It's my time to shine. But girl, it really wasn't your time to shine, girl. It really wasn't supposed to be your season, girl. You just sold out, girl. You just couldn't hold out any longer, girl. You sold out, girl. You sold out real quick. And we have a lot of girls in this movement that as soon as that first ride came, girl, for them to sell out, girl, they ain't hold out. They ain't say, no, I'm gonna pass that one up. No, I'm not gonna do that. These girls in this generation, a lot of girls in our community, the first opportunity they got to sell out, baby, they sold completely out. They ain't even think about it. They sold completely out, 100% out. They ain't turn nothing down. They ain't walk away from nothing. Like what Dave Chappelle said, he's the one who walked away from $50 million. I have walked away from so many opportunities in this community because I knew that it was going to silence me when I needed to be talking, when I needed to also still be learning, when I also still needed to be having those experiences that allowed me to learn. I couldn't have gotten to this place where I am consciously without walking away from several opportunities. But my sisters, a lot of these girls who call themselves my sisters in the community, they don't have that type of discipline. They don't have that type of patience. These girls are so fragile because you didn't have all of these surgeries, you didn't have all of this stuff done, girl. You want to sit around with your nails done and your hair done, and you want to live in a lap of luxury, girl, and you can't handle a moment of struggle. You so spoiled, and you so bougie, and you so kept that you can't handle any struggle. You don't have anything left in you. A lot of y'all didn't even have a rough time with your family. You was accepted when you was growing up. You had a beautiful environment. You've never really experienced struggle in your life. And that's a lot of the girls who leading the movements who've never really experienced any real struggle. But you're just riding off of the coattails of people that actually experience struggle. And you sold out the first opportunity that you got. And because you're educated, because you're indoctrinated with the colonizers' education, you get up here and you sell Mafa's message to the people. And this is not going to liberate the children that's coming. Yeah, you might eat good. You might be able to get a few girls a job up on the plantation. You might be able to open a couple of doors for the girls. But is this really change? It's the same script, different cast. It's the same thing. And so no matter what, if I am going to tap dance on the plantation, I guarantee you can go through my content and you can see where I kept it real 1,000 times before. If I do go tap dance for 5 or 6 months, you can see where I've kept it real for 10 years straight. I think I'm about due for a tap dance. If I was to go and do some coon shit right now, nobody could tell me nothing. Because y'all been tap dancing. I think I got a little room for a tap right now. I think I could do a solo right now without no judgment. Because I held out. I didn't sell out the first chance I got, the second one I got, the third one I got, the fourth one I got, the fifth one I got. I kept walking away until I got to a place of lay lim lay lur. And it looked as stupid to y'all, but it don't look stupid to me. I looked it crazy to y'all. But girl, now I am walking culture. I am a walking nation. Gag. I'm a walking nation. I'm a walking church. I'm a walking temple. And I don't have to copy off what somebody else is saying. I don't have to holler, Father God, King Jesus, or Shalom. I'm saying some stuff you ain't never heard. Why? Because I walked away. I didn't sell out the first chance I got. I kept going on my own personal journey of self-discovery and self-exploration to find out whose and who I am for myself. And your gifts will always make room for you. But it's like a muscle. It works if you work it. When I first started painting, people was laughing at my paintings. But now I can sell one for $200 if I want to. When I first started making music, people was laughing at my voice. But now people are touched by my music and listen to it to lift their spirits. Because I kept working at it. I didn't let other people deter me. I don't care if I'm not the best singer. It's not always about the tune. It's not always about the runs. It's about the soul. It's about the passion. It's about the intentions. When you really listening, you're not listening for, oh, that voice is crystal clear. Oh, that voice is that perfect pitch. You listening to hear the soul. You want to know what they've been through. When we used to hear them old people cry and moan in the church, all of them didn't sound good, but you felt it though. Because you knew it was their soul. And that's what my music is about. My music is not about perfect pitch and perfect runs and da-da-da. My music is my soul expressing everything that I've been through, the joy and the pain. My voice has pain in it, but it's a pain that still has happiness in it. And to me, that's beautiful because that's that honey and that vinegar. That's that honey and that lemon. A lot of people don't live to get to that place of clarity and awareness. I'm whole. So I celebrate, the journey, and just having the will to be able to walk away when things are not right for you and to not feel pressure. I didn't make no children. I didn't bring no children here. I'm not responsible. At the end of the day, I have helped many. I have opened doors for many, but I'm not responsible for nobody but this person sitting in front of this camera. This is the only person that I am financially responsible for. I don't have to take no bullshit off nobody. The devil is a lie, and anybody else who think that shit the truth. And I'm strong enough to live in a tent. I'm a survivor. If I had to, I could live on the streets. But I'm thankful that that is not where I am right now in my life. Like, that's not what I want. But I'm not afraid of that. If that's what it came to, I would do it. Like if it was something really, really messed up happening in the world, and I was on a protest, like I have a spirit of protest, but I don't protest like the people do. I don't get out there and rally and tear stuff up. I do my own protest. Like for years, I didn't eat on Christmas Day and I didn't eat on Thanksgiving. Everybody else was stuffing their face with food, and I didn't eat on Christmas. I didn't eat on Thanksgiving. Those were days for me to fast. And people don't do stuff like that. Like Black people, especially, we eating for Thanksgiving and we eating for Christmas. I don't know no Black person and I don't know no Black people who fast on Christmas and Thanksgiving. So that's how deep this spiritual journey was for me. Learning new things and trying new things and saying no, having the strength to say no, knowing that a blessing was going to come. I'm reminded of a scripture in the Bible when Jacob wrestled with the angel of the Lord. And when we was taught younger in the Bible that Jacob was actually wrestling with God, the Spirit itself. And Jacob refused to let go of God until God blessed Jacob. And that's how I feel about my life. It's like I'm going to wrestle with this until I get a blessing. I'm going to wrestle with this. I'm going to struggle with myself. I'm going to struggle with whatever it is that I need clarity from, that I need better understanding with. I'm going to wrestle with that thing. I'm not ashamed to have a problem or to have an issue or to look crazy to people. Because a lot of this stuff that we normalize in society is crazy. And some of the most intelligent people were considered crazy. Albert Einstein said no great mind can exist without a touch of insanity. So being normal and blending in, you're basically just a sheep. What is extraordinary about being blending in and being like everybody else? And I get why a lot of trans people want to blend in because of the stigma, but you're really showing how weak you are because you don't have the courage to walk in what you are, something that was meant to be set apart, something that was meant to shine. You trying to blend in. What Marianne Williams says, me diminishing my light, it's really a disservice, because when I allow my light to shine, I give others permission to do the same. So when I'm walking in my power and walking in my shine, and if you jealous of my shine, that's personal. That's your bags. That's not mine. That sounds like something you need to work on. That's a sign of insecurity when you threatened by somebody else's shine. Because at the end of the day, we all connected to the same tree. We might be branches going in different directions. I might be growing this way and you might be growing this way, but we still connected to the same tree and the same roots. So when I'm around here shining and doing my thing, baby, you should be happy because we came from the same source. How you gonna be jealous of something that came from the same place you came from? Just because we wasn't biologically connected in this life don't mean that we've never been biologically connected. That's going to go over some of y'all head. But I'm going to close out with this one.
Mother, your offspring has descended into Hades, seduced and vanquished your oppressor. You are free from the pits of Tartarus. Feel the power of an ever-changing world giving you the strength to break your chains.
Yes. Right. Just another body. All less replaceable.
Rise up, break it up, break them up, take
up space and down to love. rise up, break it up, wake them up, take up space. Been down too long. Been down too long. Couldn't fit in a box, so I broke the mold. It's like I got one body, but I got two souls. Born in the crescent, raised in Bold, Louisiana. Heat skin dipped in gold. Went paid for the pussy, never lost my soul. Pussy real sweet, but it's just as sour. That'll never change, cause I lose my power. Shut down the White House and put Trump Towers. Father had a son, but he wanted a daughter. He said, stay a man, it'll get you further. Wasn't meant to be, cause I change like water. When people try to hate, I just go harder. Harder for the truth, harder for the youth. And like Lady Ruth said, I'm going back to my roots. We about to break it up, wake them up, take up space. We've been down too long. Say we've been down too long. We about to rise up, break it up, wake them up, take up space. Been down too long. Say we've been down too long. We about to light it up, release these cups. I'm about to pour a little wisdom in your cup. Gon' drink up, now that's enough. This truth so potent that it might just make you bust. Don't curse your enemies, but bless your friends. You know the ones that stay rocking till the end. Don't break this bend. It starts again. I ain't ashamed to say that I'm the type that lose and win. Not impressed by that wealth or that stealth or that new Benz. As a woman came from woman, channeling divine humans, escape the quicksand, channeling great grands. They say I'm insane. I made my own lane. I overcame the shame. Cause I don't blend in, fit in, cave in, disguised as a pawn when really I'm the queen pin. Don't be condemning. Just pay respects and write them checks and put them bids in. Just pay respects and write them checks and put them bids in. Just free from prison. Just get a bid in. Yeah, yeah. We about to rise up, break it up, wake them up, take up space. Been down too long. Say we've been down too long. We about to rise up, break them up, wake them up, take up space. Been down too long. Been down too long. Call me by my name. Yeah. Yeah, call me by my name. I'll be right there when you want me. Let them learn. Let them learn. We about to rise up. Ooh, I got a little hot candle wet. Ooh, it's on me. Ooh, it's on me. Ooh, I'm getting hot wax on me. Ooh, I'm feeling sexy and nasty. Ooh, it's all stripping on me. Ooh, it was hot. It was hot. Wait, hold on, look. Girl, look, I got candle. Girl, it's all on me, girl. Girl, look at that, girl. It was wasting on me, girl. But anyway, let me go ahead and do my closing. So this live was pretty good. You know, I was kind of sleepy when I got on the live. But when he came on here with the Shalom brother, I think that Shalom brother kind of woke me up. Intro, what you think? Was it? You think it was the Shalom brother that woke me up? I was about to doze off. I was about to doze off to the Shalom brother. Shalom, brother. What the fuck? Woo-wee. That Shalom, brother, woke me right. That woke me right on up. Shalom. I was like, what? I had to read that twice. Ooh-wee, I meant to get me a cup of tea. Well, that Shalom, brother. That got me on up, boy, I tell you. But anyway, Dan Benananda I say cool, it keeps spitting and turning in Gani Yanko Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God Goddess. And if I am, you know you are. I light this candle to guide home the ancestors who we've lost today. And every other day, I light this candle to guide home the ancestors who've transitioned this realm today and every other day since I've been away from my altar, since we've been away from our altars. This candle represents the past, the present, and the future. And for our sisters in this month of Trans Remembrance Day, I would like to, just, sing this little hymn right fast just to acknowledge them before I blow out this candle. I did it at the thing the other day, and I just want to say a little bit of it right now. And it's we are warriors for humanity. We have to fight. I know we got to fight. We got to hold. We got to hold up the bloodstained banner. We got to hold it up until we die. Well, my sister, she was a warrior, had a hand on the gospel plow. Ancestor summoned the soul. She ain't here to fight no more, but we gonna stand in and fight anyhow. Well, we are warriors for humanity. We got to fight. I know we got to fight. We gotta hold up this blood-stained banner. Got to hold it up until we die. Amen, a woman. This candle represents the past, the present, and the future. And as this candle diminishes on the physical plane, it grows with intensity and power in the spiritual realm. I said realm. Come on, new word, realm. In the spiritual realm, opening a portal that our ancestors may move on to the next part of the journey. So all of our sisters who were lost violently this year, who were slain, that we might become more conscious, more present, more aware, more intentional about our next moves in our day-to-days. All of our sisters and brothers who were slain by violence, we thought that their life was taken in vain, but it was the summoning of wholeness. It was the summoning of the other part. Because for every God, there is a goddess. Amen, a woman. And so when we thought it was over, the other part, there's two parts to this. There's two sides to every coin. And so as her breath left her body, as his breath left his body, it was the summoning of that other part. My God is God today. So we thank you for being here. We thank you for your life. We thank you for your testimony. We thank you for warring. We thank you for being warriors. We thank you for being. We thank you for doing. We thank you for living. We thank you for walking amongst us and providing us with your example that we might glean awareness and clarity from your circumstances, however the chips may have fallen. You are a blessing. Your testimony, your being, your existence has been a blessing because we are able to be more present because of your transition in the physical and on to the spiritual. Amen, a woman. Lelem leler. I love y'all. Good night. Mwah.